Hi, everybody. Welcome to the IC Topic Chats Subcontractor Fair 2026. It is February 12th. Every February, we take the opportunity to, well, reintroduce ourselves to one another. And so this entire session today will be a series of presentations, 2-minute presentations from anybody who's interested in presenting. And so I'm going to start off. And what you see right now is a little 2-minute time clock right to my side. And that's going to be a countdown for myself. Now, that's just an illustration. When I present, you'll see the 2-minute time clock. When other people present after I'm done, they will see it in a screen as they're presenting, and then you won't see it throughout all of the presentations. But anyway, this is our session today. I'm going to get started by sharing my other screen. And we will get the timer started here. All right. Hi, I'm Matt Feldmann, and I'm with Goshen Consulting. Once upon a day, we were known as Goshen Education Consulting, but we are just Goshen Consulting. We are based in beautiful downtown Edwardsville near St. Louis, Missouri. And we are a practice that has about 60 different projects. We have 10 subcontractors. There's 3 of us who are full-time employees. You see Emily, who's here with us today, Emily Johnson, my partner, Kristen Cohort, myself, and we have 10 subcontractors. We were originally an employee organization, and we transitioned just to reflect the changing nature of contracts and grants and the way that they are working. Here's some of our values. Definitely integrity. We believe in integrity because we are evaluators, are primarily evaluation based. So we have integrity towards our clients. We are relationship centered. We're based in our communities. We're close with our clients. We believe in clarity, which is a code word for we write reports that people want to read. And we believe in social justice and all the things that go with social justice. Despite the fact that the rest of the world may be against social justice, we still hold it as one of our values. We have a deep background within the military-connected communities. Previously did a lot of work with DODEA, the Department of Defense Education Activity. We are very much funded by DSEC, the Defense STEM Education Consortium, through DoD STEM for our STEM camp program. We do a lot with STEM program evaluation, particularly with NSF programs. These are many of our clients. We do a lot with community and school-based mental health. And 7 seconds. And we'd love to connect. So if you're interested in subcontracting with us, feel free to use this link and I'll put something in the chat today. And that's my time. All right. I'm going to escape out of this and we will get ready. Emily, can you say who's up next so they're ready to go?
I'm next.
Kayla Charleston.
I'm ready. Do I just share my screen?
Yeah, you should be able to. I think I need to stop sharing.
Okay.
And I'm fumbling with how to reset the timer. I think I'll be able to do it.
Entire screen share.
Sorry, guys. It's my first time doing it with a pause timer. Okay.
You see my screen?
There.
It's up?
Emily, can you see the screen? I don't see it right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. And so it's Kayla who's first up. Are you ready?
Yes. You can hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
I'm going to hit start and then you go right ahead.
Okay. I'm Kayla Charleston with the Inquiry Institute based in Atlanta, Georgia. My email is kayla@inqinstitute.com and my website is inqinstitute.com. So, and also below is my QR code for my LinkedIn. So you can reach me on LinkedIn there. So a little bit about me. I've always been curious, asked questions, had my face buried in a book as a kid, trying to figure out how the world worked. So that led me to a degree in English, which allowed me to read, write, and learn about the world through storytelling. And then I went on to grad school and got a PhD in sociology, where I learned that research is just another way to tell stories. So I love to integrate those three things: research, storytelling, and asking questions, which is where the name of my consulting practice came from, the Inquiry Institute. I have a training in top facilitation and strategic planning methods, as well as SAS statistical programming. As far as my experience, I started my consulting practice about a year ago and have done some subcontracting since then. And then in the past 5 years before that, I have worked in the public health space doing epidemiological consultations and prevention of harmful behaviors such as suicide, sexual assault, child abuse with the Army's prevention workforce. For my competencies, again, I'm strong in writing, report writing, academic writing, as well as creative writing. I've worked as a professor teaching at the university level for a number of years, so I'm strong at capacity building and data analysis, research, needs assessments, and components that I'm sure we're all probably good at. My interests are systems thinking. I love systems thinking, and I feel like it's another way to tell stories, intersectionality, strategic planning, public health, prevention, maternal and infant mortality, and different types of violence. So I'm looking to build experience as a subcontractor. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla. Very good. And I guess we have Sharon up next. Is that right? I think I saw.
Thank you. Okay. Here.
Hey there, tell me when you're, well, see if I can figure out how to reset here. Oh gosh, I'm having the worst trouble. There we go. All right. Are you ready?
Gave me perfect time because I was having trouble too. So thank you for that. Hello, everybody. I am Sharon Attipoe-Dorcoo, or some folks call me Dr. Sharon, principal of Terra Schehr LLC. And I am part of a team of two where we believe that to do that work that we do, our values need to be centered in intentional human-centered approaches, as well as building relationships. Our tagline is where data meets dignity. So essentially, we believe that when you intersect data and lived experiences, that's where you're able to think through your data or your narrative strategy around mission-aligned work and be able to gain clarity, alignment, as well as be able to take momentum or take action and move along with what you're trying to do. So I'll briefly run through this. A bit about me, again, transforming data and lived experiences into strategic clarity and direction is what we're about. Why to partner with us? We help you through being able to be intentional with your data. You're able to save time, lower risk, and accelerate your priorities. We serve executive leaders, nonprofits, grassroots organizations, and public agencies just based on experiences across these spaces. The problems that we tend to solve are around information overload. And I heard Matt earlier talk about reporting formats that people sometimes don't read. So making sure that those formats are intentional to tell stories and demonstrate impact. So when it comes to data, the question people are asking is, what does it mean? What action do I take? And how can I influence? So those are the ways that we're able to support organizations to leverage that narrative strategy. So again, to reiterate, intersection of complex data and lived experiences is where the compelling stories are. So we take you from complexity to clarity and from clarity to movement. So I'm just going to skip these and let folks know that I'm going to put some links in the chat. Fortunate to be part of Evaluate, so that's how I'm able to use my page on there as a website for now, my email address, and like I said, I'll put links in the chat to our capability statement and also a copy to this pitch deck so folks can get to know more. And we look forward to subcontracting with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Chrissy, are you ready to go?
Yep.
Whenever you start, I'll start the timer.
Sounds good. Just need to get to the, have to move some windows here. There we go. Okay. Hi, folks. I'm Chrissy Bisceglia. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm based in upstate New York. I really love working with teams to take complex, really messy processes and data and turn them into something useful and impactful. My background is in engineering, data analysis, and project-based consulting. I spent about 20 years in a corporate setting, including 10 years in an internal consulting group. working with clients ranging from individual funders to large-scale renewable energy developers, the Department of Energy, community coalitions, and other consultants. Through my volunteer work, I've developed strong interest in social justice, environmental issues, food security, and supporting people's ability to live truly authentic lives. I'm now intentionally pivoting into evaluation so that my work better aligns with my own values and the social impact space. I bring strong quantitative analysis and technical writing skills, along with experience in stakeholder engagement and small and large group facilitation. I also have some hands-on qualitative experience through volunteer work that I've done supporting interview and survey design, coding, and pulling out key themes. I'm a certified Six Sigma Black Belt, and I genuinely love tedious piles of data and organizing it. So if you've got ducks that you need put in a row, I am here for it. If you have thousands of ducks, that's even better. I'm looking for subcontracting opportunities where I can support analysis, facilitation, or behind the scenes work, especially any tasks that you just don't want to do yourself. My contact information is on the slide, and I look forward to connecting.
Thank you very much. But I guess Scott's up next. Thank you so much, Chrissy.
Sounds great. I will share my screen right here. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Scot Seitz. I am with Lumen Guidance and Consultation. We are a two-person team. It's myself and my practice partner, Katie Hale. We are both community psychologists as well as licensed clinical psychologists and former teachers. I used to teach sixth grade science, and both Katie and I have taught at the college level. Our key focus areas really reflect our backgrounds. So we work with many community-based organizations, and as community psychologists, this work is very near and dear to our hearts. We're clinical psychologists as well, and so we do a lot of work with mental health, behavioral health initiatives, as well as youth and education programs. Our bread and butter in terms of services focuses on program evaluation. So we do a lot of quantitative and qualitative data collection, management, and analysis work. Katie and I are both adjunct faculty members at a local university, and so we're often accessing the research literature to help inform program development and implementation work that we do as well. In addition to that, we do some grant writing, help with IRB applications, as well as general reporting. We would love to connect. The bulk of our business comes from connecting with other evaluators and working as subcontractors on larger projects. So if you have any current or future projects where you might need some additional support, feel free to reach out to us. Here is my contact information, and the QR code will take you to our website. And thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Scott. I imagine you are a great therapist. You have such a great, relaxing voice.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Bijan, are you ready?
I believe so. Can you see my screen?
We sure can.
Great. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Bijan Kimiagar. You can say Bijan, similar to Dijon. I also chose an organization name that is difficult to pronounce. It's Equa Strategies. It's the Latin root for English words like equality and equity. One of the things I've been fascinated with is the difference between equality and equity. Equal opportunities are not always what we need. We actually need to be supporting people based on the privileges and disadvantages that we have historically and contextually. And so this image is really where I took inspiration for my company logo. The equity building strategies that we use and that I have expertise in is primarily child-friendly data collection and analysis methodologies, building mission-driven organizations, data literacy and capacity for creating a culture of data-driven strategic decision-making, and changing minds with equity, promoting narratives, storytelling, and better data visualizations. A lot of my expertise is in child-friendly methods and also family-centered research. You're looking at a photograph here from some early work that I did with children's groups in Nepal, where they were analyzing their organizational structures, and the equity promoting strategies that they use to address power dynamics in their groups. If you were part of my workshop at AEA this past November, you saw how you can use this in your own organizations for evaluating power dynamics and building equity promoting decision making. One of the things I'm excited about this year is that I'm launching a course, thanks to Sheila Robinson's course that I took last year and that she's doing again. If you're interested, I'm designing a course called Engaging Families in Program Planning and Evaluation that's launching this summer. It's really geared towards health and human services staff who really want to augment their family advocacy strengths with some research and evaluation skills that are focused on family-centered methods. I have several projects going on, but one that I have a subcontracting need on is if you have experience building case management systems with Microsoft products. If you do, please give me a call and look forward to speaking with you.
Well, I certainly didn't want to cut off the opportunity for people to work with you, Bijan, so I was glad that we got that in at the end. Thank you so much. I guess Julia's up next.
Okay, thank you. Let me pull this up here. I am also, well, I'm not a new Zoom user, however, or sorry, a new Mac user, but it seems like every time it's a little bit different here. I just found your screen though, Matt, so thank you. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Julia Siwierka, and I am also a community psychologist by training. I've been doing evaluation work for the last decade plus. My expertise is in STEM education and workforce development evaluations, but really I am a supporter and advocate of evaluation overall. So I have worked in a variety of educational settings doing evaluations, also with a variety of ages. So I have evaluated programs with preschoolers and their families in libraries and nonprofits. I've evaluated out-of-school programs with school-aged youth, and I've worked a lot with returning adults and adult learners. I have been subcontracting with a few other evaluation firms, and I have really been engaging in this consulting field for the last year. But I have evaluated a lot of federal evaluations, particularly National Science Foundation and Department of Education within those fields. I am a mixed methods evaluator with an emphasis on qualitative methods. I'm located in Chicago. And when I am not doing evaluation work, I am exploring the great food options that Chicago has to offer, as well as the educational and cultural institutions, which, because we are rounded people, I wanted to share this information. One of my multiple side gigs is as an usher for Broadway in Chicago. So please reach out to me at any point if you wanted to talk about subcontracting opportunities or if you need any theater recommendations. Thank you, everyone.
Perfect time. Thanks for that, Julia. Emma, are you ready to go?
I am ready. I have a slide.
Perfect. Start whenever you're ready.
Great. Hi, everyone. I'm Emma Alston, founder and principal of Ginkgo Leaf Writing and Consulting, my solo practice. I live and work in Southwest Virginia with my 2 kids, a cat, and a lot of unfinished arts and crafts projects. I also co-own a real estate investing business with my husband. We flip and landlord houses in our community. My background is in public health. I work primarily in the fields of public health, health sciences, and social services. And I offer a full service approach to supporting mission-driven organizations, which includes everything from program design, grant writing, research and evaluation, consulting, training, and technical assistance. I might be on your radar a little bit. I recently joined the ICTIG board as chair-elect, and I co-host Metrics and Mentors with Heidi Beartu, which is a peer learning and network group that meets every second Tuesday. And I wanted to present today because I'm always looking to strengthen my network of peers and colleagues. My 2026 networking mantra is, if I don't know you well enough to confidently reach out to you with referrals and collaboration opportunities, then I don't know you well enough. So I have limited experience hiring subcontractors, but I have been growing really fast. I'm in my second year as a solo practitioner, and I am actively maintaining a list of potential subcontractors, especially in the areas of grant writing and quantitative analysis, design, and execution. I'm always also open to opportunities to support my my colleagues and collaborate with other consultants. And I've worked with several other TIG members in that capacity. So if you're interested in being added to my subcontractor list, I've got the QR code up here on the slide, and I'll put it in the chat as well. And I wanted to add, just as a fun fact, I also started last year offering peer coaching and consulting on brand development and graphic design in Canva. And I offer a free 30-minute consult on that topic. Thanks.
Thanks, Emma. And good luck with being the TIG chair. I know I did it a handful of years ago, about 10 years ago. So if you need, there's lots of us out there that are happy to support you if you need it. I think Alicia's up next. Are you ready, Alicia?
I am. Okay, so I'm Alicia Kiremire. I am based in Ruston, Louisiana. It's a rural college town. Most of my clients and partners so far have been in my state or next door in Mississippi, but I have had a few clients and partners around the nation, just looking to grow that network, those partnerships. Because my business income is cyclical, so I've been, in the last 8 years, this is my business income. We can see ups and downs, and so I've been on both sides of the subcontractor relationship through these years. And I've been digging into more of my industry, and it's also cyclical, so it really does make sense. So I would call my industry federal research and development. And I've been working with an economics professor to look at some of this federal data that's online. And this kind of more recent years, or the years that I've been in this federal funding world, specifically, I've worked on federal grants since 2007 in STEM education and workforce development. Different roles on those different projects through the years, but in evaluation specifically, what I've helped people on subcontracting is qualitative research through focus groups, administering those, analyzing data and reporting, and then some basic data visualization. And similar to Chrissy, I have an engineering background as well. And so I'm excited to use that lived experience as a woman in STEM to give back to these types of STEM education and workforce development projects. Personally, I love to travel, and my favorite place that I've traveled in the U.S. was Miami, and my favorite place outside the U.S. was Greece. Both of these I can talk about all day long, so if anybody else wants to talk about those, I'm open, and that's it.
Thanks, Alicia. I want to go to Greece. That looks so much fun. All right, we've got Linda up next. Are you ready, Linda?
Yes, I am. Hello.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you as well. I do not have any slide sets, but I'll just introduce myself if that's okay with everyone.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so hello, everybody. My name is Linda Animashaun. I am the founder and CEO of Amamre Consulting. Amamre, so my background, my family is of Ghanaian origin, West Africa, and Amamre means tradition, culture, and so the work that I do is related to culturally responsive evaluation, culturally responsive and equitable evaluation. My background, I was just like some folks before. I was an educator, 5th grade math and science educator, and transitioned into public health. And that's what brought me here to Atlanta. I pursued my Master of Public Health degree, and then worked for some time in the federal government space, and then in consulting, then transitioned then I did a DRPH in public health, in community-based education. Basically, I did community health, behavior, and education, and behavioral sciences and health education. So this is my background. I focus on a lot of equity based work, particularly around the social determinants of chronic disease, so nutrition, housing. I also do a lot of community engaged work. And in fact, I have trained on some community led data collection. So a lot of my experience has been, again, with federal agencies, foundations, nonprofits, and community-based organizations. What I'm known for is my strong qualitative experience. I've done a lot of focus groups, message testing, interviews, and I also make sure to engage the community and relate the community voice to all those who to the people who I'm trying to relate the findings to. And that's me.
And you were the Atlanta Area Evaluators Association president at one point, right?
Yes.
That must have been a big thing to do. That's amazing.
Thank you. And that's what brought me here. And I thank you, Matt, because you've got me to where I am today. I appreciate it.
Fantastic. Alison, are you ready to jump up ahead?
Yes, I am. Let me go ahead and share. So I don't have a slide today, but I do have my website to share, which has all of my information. My name is Alison LaRocca, and I'm owner and principal of Luminary Evaluation. A little bit of background about me. I began my career as a third grade elementary teacher, did that for a number of years in Lawrence, Massachusetts, and then moved into management consulting because I really wanted to have system level impact on some of the things that I was observing amongst my students in the community. And so I was able to learn a lot about strategy and strategic planning and design, as well as falling into evaluation. Luminary was founded in 2017. And I acquired it as my own business in 2023. So it's been thriving and operating since then. We have primary services, which include program evaluation, strategic planning, as well as community needs assessment. It is based here in the Berkshires in Western Massachusetts. I am here as a person who is looking for subcontractors, as well as always interested in partnering with other firms and organizations. I love that our firm is small and nimble, so we can be very creative and be able to collaborate with others and design new kinds of service deliveries. Some of my reports and products are all on my website. I believe in having everything very, very open for others to use and learn from and engage with. So please go ahead and check out all of the full reports and findings. And then just a little bit about who we work with. I work with folks all over the country, big organizations serving states, smaller community-based nonprofits, and I'm especially interested in working locally so that I can do things in person. So thank you for letting me share today.
Thank you, Alison. I'm glad that you found our community recently and that you were able to show up today and share a little bit more about your organization. All right, I've lost track. Who's next? Okay, we've got Rebecca. Oh, Becky Garrow's up next. Fantastic. Becky, are you ready to go? Well, her slide's up anyway. There she is.
As soon as I unmute myself. Okay. Hi, thank you. Hi, my name is Becky Garrow, and I do Garrow Consulting. That is my last name. It is French. This is the English version. When we immigrated over here, they changed the spelling. I am in public health. I do research. I do evaluation. If you want to go to my website, you can check it out. This is the QR code. That's the address. Or if you're not going to do that, just arrow with the G in front of it. There's only one, Garrow Consulting. So you can go find me. I work with a lot of different populations on projects. There's lots of amazing, smart people on this call today. So you have lots of options. Okay, I need you though. So if you speak Spanish, if you are bilingual, if you are bicultural, I need help with qualitative data analysis. So I would really like to be analyzing this data in the language in which it was collected. I am not bilingual or bicultural, so I need help with that. And the next time you are in the beautiful state of California and visiting the capital, you can Google Sacramento Bike Tours and take the #1 bicycle tour in California, as self-proclaimed by me. So yeah, thanks so much.
Matt, you're on mute.
I've been talking quite a bit, but thanks a lot, Sarah. Noah, I was just talking about going on bike tours to myself, apparently. But anyway, I will eventually do that with you, Becky. Noah, I see. Is this are you sharing, Noah? Are you ready to go?
I'm also on mute.
Okay, it's going around. It's not just me.
Yeah.
All right, start whenever you're ready.
Beautiful. Hi, all. My name is Noah Goodman. I'm an educational researcher and evaluator at my firm, Ed Investigations. Ed Investigations partners with folks to help them develop, improve, and evaluate educational media, apps, programs, and curricula to help youth and families have successful learning experiences and grow in community. I've been working in education for the past 20 years and as a researcher and evaluator for the past 14, previously with Education Development Center's Center for Children and Technology. At Ed Investigations, we conduct design-based research and development projects, ensuring that data is collected early and often to help partners make data-informed design decisions. We conduct usability tests, run mixed methods outcomes evaluations, and help partners through strategic planning and internal capacity building. Lately, I've been working with organizations to take stock of and strengthen the data that they're already collecting across projects so they can honor what's unique about each project and tell holistic stories about how the organization is advancing its mission. I have a range of subject matter expertise, particularly around informal STEM learning, educational media, social studies, and historical inquiry, and evidence-based reasoning. So previous and current clients. I have a long body of work through the Library of Congress's Teaching Primary Sources Consortium, the group of organizations that interfaces between the library's collections and learning environments. I've also done extensive work with public media organizations, most recently working with Maryland Public Television to help them improve educational materials for the new PBS Kids show, Carl the Collector. I've worked on and led numerous NSF-funded evaluations of informal STEM projects as well. As a subcontractor, I'm looking for subcontracting or with others. I can help projects on big and small tasks throughout the cycle of an evaluation. I can develop and implement research plans. I run focus groups, conduct interviews, develop and administer surveys, manage project budgets, data storage and cleaning, run analyses, write reports, copy, edit, review literature, you name it. I also speak Spanish. I live in Spain, although most of my work is in the States. So Rebecca, I'll reach out to you. Thank you very much. I hope we have a chance to work together.
Thanks, Noah. Sarah, are you ready to go? No, and you're on mute. It's going around.
Hilarious. Thank you. I'm not going to do a slide right now, but hopefully I'm working with like a little computer today, so I don't feel like dealing with that. But hi, I'm Sarah Williams Leng, and I own a consulting business through which I help nonprofits and community foundations build their infrastructure for quality data insights, and also provide evaluation and learning support along the way. My background is I have a master's in applied sociology, focused on social inequalities and also program evaluation. My experience began then, and since then I've had experience in both social research and program evaluation on the job. And AEA has been an extreme support for me to really hone my evaluation skills throughout the years. So including the ICTIG and their workshops and the different classes that they offer, the courses that they offer. But I'm a lifelong learner, which I'm sure a lot of you are. I have a background in both internal and external evaluation, and also in evaluation. I've been working more recently in evaluation capacity building. And I really love, when I conduct evaluations, I love developmental and formative evaluations where I'm on the ground and working with teams, facilitating groups. I do mixed methods evaluation too. And I love data visualization and communicating data back to different interest groups. So you can find me, I'll add my link. I'm looking for subcontracting opportunities right now. So that's my story. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah. And Sarah, I was also very involved with the TIG leadership at one point in time, so we appreciate the time that you spent with that. Speaking of which, we have Ashima, who's up next, and she was our newsletter person. I think she still might be. I'm not sure what your role is, Ashima. Can you hear me?
Community member now. I'm no longer on the leadership team.
Well, I know you're an active community member at that.
Thank you. All right, hopefully you can see my screen.
It's coming. There we go. Whenever you're ready.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashima Singh. I'm the owner and operator of Ashima Singh Consulting, and I'm going to put this document in the chat so you have it for reference. I wanted to tell you about myself. As I have grown personally and professionally in my life, I have come to really value curiosity, and I approach my work with curiosity. I try to approach my life with curiosity, and I try to approach other people with curiosity. And I have found it to be a really valuable skill because it helps foster relationships, it helps foster knowledge building, and it helps foster comfort in doing evaluation, whether it's as an insider or an outsider. And I found that building trust is so key to be able to doing good work. So I try to hone that skill of curiosity by both being curious about myself and learning about myself and learning about the clients that I'm working with. And I will also say that as I've grown, I've come to understand that the better I know myself, the better I can understand the people I work with and the people I work for. So those are my underlying values. I have all the core competencies that all of you do in program evaluation. So I won't go over that. I am bilingual and bicultural, and I am located in Baltimore, Maryland, but I have worked with organizations all over the country, as well as one university in England. My work has been focused primarily in higher education, but because I am curious, I'm open to exploring other content areas because I love to play with ideas. And with that, I see my time is coming to an end, and I appreciate your attention. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Ashima, and thank you for all that you've done for our community. And all those newsletters that you helped produce were great. I think Susan is up next.
Yes, I'm happy to be here and glad to meet people. My name is Susan Jenkins, and I've been an evaluator for about 30 years. I've worked in federal contracting and other contracting, and for the last 17 years, I was federal staff, culminating with being the Chief Evaluation Officer for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. With some reorganizations, I am now standing up my own consulting firm, and we are a consortium of data scientists, evidence builders, and we call ourselves the friendly data nerds. And a lot of what we do, so this is Evidence Oracle, is we help people to build their capacity. So we do trainings, but we do trainings by example. So if someone does bring us on to help with developing a strategic plan or implementing a strategic plan, we walk them through the entire process so that at the end, they know more than they did when they started, and they're able to do more of these things themselves. I've also taught at American University for the past almost 15 years, teaching program evaluation monitoring. And so I have a lot of skill with teaching and training and trying to bring people in. The consortium that we have is a range of people from different backgrounds, so we can work well with a lot of different people. The types of services we offer are needs assessments, trainings, coaching. So we do have some executive coaches on the team, operational strategic plan development, performance measurement and management, and sustainable evidence building processes so people can continue to build evidence even after we have left. I have not put my website up yet. I'm still in the process of doing that. And just real quick, in the last couple of minutes, some of the clients that we've worked with, Tiger Lily Foundation, helping them with key performance indicators. I am a senior fellow with the Data Foundation in evidence building, working with the Texas Kidney Foundation to document work that they're doing to be an evidence-based program. And so we're really excited to work, and we're happy to be subcontractors to anyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. And I don't know if you guys, I don't know how this is going to work, but my Blue Sky timer just died. So we're not going to start. We'll see how this goes. I just paid for another month current for the plan. I was using the free plan, so we'll see if I'm able to do the timer. I'm going to be playing with that in the background. Who's up next, Emily? Because I lost track.
Next up, we have Jessica Metcalfe.
Yes,
All
and
right,
I have my own little timer for my own reference, so I can try to keep myself on
You guys
track.
might see the timer come and go as I'm working on it as Jesse gets started. So go ahead, Jesse.
All right. Okay, are folks seeing my full screen here?
Yes.
Fabulous. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica Metcalfe of Green Mountain Evaluation in Vermont. I've been working as an evaluation consultant since about 2014 and formally started my company in 2021. We just celebrated 5 years in business. You can see my littlest coworker very much enjoying our business birthday balloons here. And I always like to note, many of you are probably aware that if you collaborate with me, you also get to see a lot of my furry support staff. I have a master's in public health and a PhD in human development and family studies. I also did a postdoctoral fellowship in community nutrition. I'll note before I go on that I do a lot of subcontracting. Probably about half of my work right now is subcontracting with other consultants. Some of them are on this call, and hopefully they have nice things to say about working with me. I do also hire subcontractors myself. Right now, I have about all the help I need on current projects, so I'm mostly looking for work as a subcontractor, but certainly going to keep folks in mind as new projects pop up throughout the year. I'm coming out of a maternity leave last year, so really excited to ramp back up this year. I'll also share that I am the co-chair of the Vermont Evaluation Network and serve on several nonprofit boards, including the Vermont Garden Network, our local conservation trust, and my county's regional planning commission. My broad focus is public health and programming for youth and families. Ultimately, Green Mountain Evaluation works with community-based programs that positively impact the health and development of individuals, families, and communities. In addition to this broad focus, I have a specialty in food systems. So that could be anything from education about nutrition and cooking and gardening to some broader topics like farm to school, food security, agriculture, sustainability. I'm equally comfortable with quantitative and qualitative methods and really do evaluation from start to finish. So planning, data collection, analysis, reporting, any of the above. Here are some examples of current clients. And here is how you can contact me and my website. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thanks, Jesse. Looks like Laura's up next. Laura, my timer's still not working, so we'll just have to figure that out. And I'm gonna we're on the trust that you'll get it done in 2 minutes schedule at this point. So whenever you're ready, feel free to
Sure.
start your presentation.
I've got my timer here, so I don't have a graphic, but I'm Laura Euller. I'm based in Minnesota, And until recently, I've been an internal evaluator for an international development nonprofit in health workforce development in Africa. So doing monitoring, evaluation, and learning frameworks, impact strategy, and developing data systems infrastructure, and some evaluation capacity building. And I'm looking for subcontracting, either research or evaluation work in climate and environment adaptation and mitigation projects for just transitions. So either livelihoods, energy, sustainable supply chains, or labor rights focused work. And particularly, if that has a cross-cutting of theme of gender transformative work or systems work, all the better. My expertise areas are small business development, financial inclusion, gender analysis and social inclusion, international development, evaluation, and public health evaluation. And I'm coming from a development economics background, so I love mixed methods, love data analysis, also just love to meet people if anybody wants to chat. So I know that was like a lot of buzzwords, so I'll throw this in the chat so you guys can get my contact info and just read the bullets. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura. It looks like we have Stacey up next.
Yeah, hi everybody, and I'll start my little timer here. Hi, I'm Stacey Merola. I recognize a lot of the faces on this call, so hi everybody. Yeah, I'm owner of a Glissando Strategies Group. We just started in December, but this is my second go around as being an independent consultant. I had my own business for 8 years, and then the pandemic happened, and then got a job, and now 2025 happened, and I am back to independent consulting. Glissando Strategies, the name comes from piano. I play the piano and I played keyboard with some local bands here in the DC region. I'm based in Maryland right now, but I'm probably going to be opening a New Hampshire office because I'm going to move there hopefully soon. So I'll be in Maryland and New Hampshire. So I guess I'll be neighbors with Jessica, who's in Vermont. Anyway, I have a background. I've been about over 20 years, almost 25 years of experience in research and evaluation. Most of that was in education, STEM, dropout prevention, college access, high school transformation. More recently, I've done work in cybersecurity and evaluations of cybersecurity programs for CISA. I've also done some, oh, hey, I'm going to be Elizabeth's neighbor too. That's great. So yeah, I've also done cybersecurity. I've also done international work in evaluation of cybersecurity programs in like Malaysia and Mongolia. And I got to go to Mongolia. That was a lot of fun. And some other international. I did an evaluation in Kuwait at one point. So I've done a lot. I tend to be mixed methods oriented, mixed methods with a quantitative leaning. So, and there it goes. So, yeah. So I'll put my information in the chat, and it was great to see everybody. So,
thank you, Stacey. Live free or die, isn't that the phrase for New Hampshire? So
that is, yeah.
Hopefully you live free because we like you just the way you are. All right, so we've got Rachel up next.
Thanks. I'm enjoying all of the New England love. I was born in Boston and grew up in Massachusetts. So anyway, hi, I'm Rachel Riskind, and I evaluate programs that serve children, youth, and families from an equity lens. I work in English and in Spanish, and I now live in North Carolina. And I'm really interested in just starting conversations with anybody who values what I bring to evaluation work. So, why partner with me? Well, this image shows a family headed by transgender parents. My PhD is in community and developmental psychology from the University of Virginia. Until recently, I was a tenured professor, and I switched careers to focus on evaluation full-time just last summer. So I have deep content knowledge about children, youth, and families, gender and sexuality, and systems of oppression. So when you hire me as a subcontractor, you're getting somebody with 20 years of mixed methods experience. And I enjoy doing a lot of things that other evaluators sometimes find tedious, including advanced quantitative analysis and question and instrument design. And believe me, after giving a lot of exams, I know how to design clear questions. I also work in Spanish, and many years ago, I was fluent and conducted interviews in Spanish. These days, I can tell that I'm having a good day with my Spanish when fluent Spanish speakers ask me, "Where are you from?" No, "Where's your family from?" But on off days, they say, "Oh, where did you learn your Spanish?" And that's how I know I'm having an off day. Either way, I do bilingual outreach, bilingual survey research, and I'm particularly in community with Mexican and Mexican heritage people in the US and in Mexico. I also have some additional skills with making higher ed research accessible that I bring to grants, boards, and accreditation reports. So I'm an award-winning speaker. I'm a clear and concise writer. I really value explicit division of labor in collaborations. And I also do capacity building and grant writing. I am going to have to go a little faster, so I will not be reading these quotes, but these are from some people who liked working with me. If you want a combination of the qualities that they have described here, I have capacity for 3 to 4 projects in the coming months. So let's connect and figure out whether we're a fit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Jolene, are you ready to go? And let's see, I might be able to, looks like my timer, okay, looks like it's working again. Yay, we got it back together. Oh, look at that great graphic. I love it, Jolene. Whenever
Hi,
you're ready,
everybody.
organizational mechanic. Go right
Yes,
ahead.
I'm Jolene Torres, and I call myself an organizational mechanic because I bring practical solutions to complex situations. I am based in California. I am also bilingual with Spanish, and I have over 20 years serving in nonprofits and other public serving systems, both working in nonprofits as in leadership as well as a consultant, an evaluator. And I am often brought into teams where their hard work and good intentions are not equaling the impact that they want, or they're not able to determine the impact that they have, or they're not able to speak confidently about the impact that they have. So I come into a team and we work together to help diagnose what is getting in their way and what needs to be adjusted. As with any good mechanic, I have a full tool belt, so I'll bring in facilitation or strategic planning, evaluation, capacity building, whatever kind of is necessary. I worked in multiple sectors. I work on all makes and models of cars, if you would. And I am open to collaborating, to being part of a team, to strengthening a proposal, or to take off any of the work that you don't want to do and work as a subcontractor. I'm very reliable and collaborative. I am very practical. I want to make tools that people actually use. And I have a lot of experience working with teams and groups that are scared of data and kind of, need a little bit of coaching and support. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jolene. With all of our fluent Spanish speakers, I have this dream now of having a independent consultant retreat in Mexico to be around so that I can be surrounded by people who can help me navigate and eat great tacos. But I don't know, maybe that's just a pipe dream. But that'd be awesome. All right, who's up next? Let's see. I think it's Ellen Schultz. You ready to go, Ellen?
I am. All right, I want to do this a little less formally. I don't have any slides, but I'll put a link to my website in the chat in a minute. Hi, everyone. I'm Ellen Schultz. I'm the principal, owner, and doer of all things at Ellen Schultz Consulting. And I really focus on helping clients align research, evaluation, and measurement with what matters most to the people that they serve. I focus primarily on healthcare and health policy. So that means that I'm often helping clients engage patients and people with lived experience as they figure out what questions they want to answer, what information they have, and how they want to go about collecting additional data, and really working to co-design inclusive and equitable learning activities. Sometimes that might be quality improvement, like a little project, and sometimes it might be a much bigger, research study or a larger program evaluation. As I do this, I also help clients bring together many different stakeholders, including people with lived experience, to make sense of what they're learning and then decide how to take action on it. And I have done quite a bit of work around communications as well. So I've developed my share of toolkits, action guides, roadmaps, principles, and other ways of sharing learning that comes from the work that we do collectively. Across all of this work, I do a lot of group facilitation. So sometimes that's through committees or advisory boards, workshops. I've used the Delphi method. But whatever facilitation method I'm using, it's really about helping clients co-design and collectively make sense of learning. And I've been doing this for about 4.5 years. So looking forward to celebrating my 5-year anniversary later this year. I'll put my website in the chat and just really excited. I really appreciate this community. So I enjoy and invite all opportunities to connect with you all. And I'll stop there.
We appreciate you too, Ellen. We love the fact that people are collaborating and continuing to contribute to this topic chat group. Let's see, we've got Elizabeth Krim, one of the originators of the subcontractor fair. We were talking about that at the very beginning of the hour. Elizabeth, are you ready to go?
I am. We're going low tech today, Matt. And
I love
my
it.
unhelpful assistant has entered the chat, so you might see him popping around. So my name is Elizabeth Krim. I run Elizabeth Krim Consulting. We are a small women and queer-owned company that's all about learning, evaluation, and strategy for a more just and joyful future. So what does that mean? Our sweet spot is really supporting purpose-driven organizations, usually nonprofits and foundations in the social service and public health sectors, align their vision and values with their organizational and evaluation practices. We cut through all the bullshit. So we're really good at helping people get clear about, what their data strategies and evaluation strategies can look like to be more meaningful, actionable, feasible, and sustainable. So a lot of our work, we're a bit more of a generalist. I started out in the housing and homelessness and public health sectors, but now a lot of our work is more mixed methods, a lot of evaluation planning, a lot of data audits, theory of change development, and evaluation capacity strengthening. Our preferred partnerships are things that really highlight emergence and learning, inclusivity, and care. We're not about doing things really quickly. We're about doing things intentionally. I have hired subcontractors in the past. I'm not at a place to hire subcontractors at the moment, but of course you can always reach out. Right now, I'm looking more for partnerships or opportunities where I can serve as a subcontractor. I'm coming off of a year of caregiving for a parent. And so I'm trying to build my practice back up a little bit because I took a lot of my portfolio off of my plate last year, so I could dedicate my time to that. And I will drop my website in the chat and my LinkedIn. And just as a heads up, I'm about to leave town. So if I jump off, I'll be sure to catch the video. It's nothing personal. I hope to meet all of you who are coming after me. Thanks.
Thanks, Elizabeth. And we are at that time where we're entering to the next hour. Nobody should feel bad about coming and going. That's kind of the way these go, particularly since we can't squeeze everybody into an hour, and nor would we want to. It's just going to be the sort of thing where people come and go. So it looks like we've got Vivian up next, one of our Vivian Agbegha. She's going to pronounce her name correctly for me, and I apologize if I mispronounced it, because we have two Vivians today, so I got to make sure we're doing that right. Vivian, are you ready to go?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. I hope you can see my screen, but if not, I have uploaded some information into the chat.
It looks great.
My name is Vivian Agbegha. I'm an economist and evaluator. I'm also the founder of Vivid Impact Management Consulting, which is now officially over 2 years old. Thank the Lord that it survived. I've been leading economic research and monitoring and evaluation for the past 20 years, primarily in the international development sector for large international organizations like the World Bank, Millennium Challenge Corporation, USAID, etc. And I've worked on every continent except Australia and Antarctica, but this could change. Most of my work, therefore, has been outside of the United States, but I am not US phobic, so I don't want to be pigeonholed as such. My passion is using all sorts of analysis to help organizations to improve social and environmental outcomes. And I have designed, managed, and evaluated projects from budgets of 18 million to over 300 million across the world. I have commissioned and supervised multi-million-dollar evaluations, yeah, so I have all of that sort of experience, as well as being on the other side and writing proposals. So I've thrived in diverse, multidisciplinary, multicultural, multilingual environments. I love bringing order and logic to well-intentioned chaos. And being an immigrant and someone who belongs to 3 ethnic groups, with parents speaking 4 languages, probably set me firmly on this path. And so I speak multiple languages. French is the strongest of my non-native languages, but I'm strengthening my Spanish after having lived in Colombia for a few months in 2023. And so please reach out, and thanks for your time and attention.
Thank you, Vivian. And as far as well-intentioned chaos, we found the right place for that. So you're welcome to chip in anytime you want to assist with the isotopic jets, because we are well-intentioned chaos most of the time. It looks like we have moved somebody up. Melanie is up next.
Hi, everybody. My name is, can you hear me?
We sure can, and we see your slide as well.
Okay.
Go ahead when you're ready.
Great. Hi, I'm Melanie Espino, and I'm so grateful for this call. My firm is Actionable Insights, LLC, and we're located in the San Francisco Bay Area. We've been around for 10 years this year, which is amazing. My partner and I, we have very different competencies, but of course, we do program evaluation. We do a lot of community health assessments. And in those super busy years, we actually hire a lot of subcontractors ourselves. But 2026 is looking to be a pretty slow year for us for reasons I probably don't have to explain to you. So we're definitely available for subcontracting. We do everything from soup to nuts, really, because I started my background in tech and developing databases. So I really love supporting clients with technical assistance, the people who are only ever going to use Microsoft Excel for tracking their programs for things. And I love kind of getting in there on the nitty gritty, and goes all the way up to advanced statistical methods. My partner has a PhD from Stanford in sociology. So we really come from different places, competency wise and lived experience wise, but it really is a full complement. So if you need folks, who need systems in place for good data collection, we can help with that. But of course, we can help with all other aspects of program evaluation and design as well. But I'm glad to meet a lot of you all, because I know when we need contractors for some of our bigger projects, I now know more about you all for that too. So thanks so much. And then I'll put my image in the chat as well.
Thanks, Melanie. And we intend to take all of the material that people placed into the Google form and make that available so you can search through it. And so, as you were saying, it's nice for you to be able to see the people who are here in case you have a bigger project. That's the idea, so that we can find ways for people to better connect with one another. We have our other Vivian, who's up next. I was excited at first because we had Vivian and Vivian back to back. I was going to say we're in the Vivian section of the So Melanie, if you want to change your name to Vivian, you would be able to join right in, but I suspect you might want to keep your name just the same. So Vivien Ahrens, are you ready to go?
Hi, everyone. I'm Vivien Ahrens. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share here today and for organizing this event. I first came to evaluation through my work as an after-school program coordinator at a high school in Madison, Wisconsin. And there, for my weekly reports and monthly reports, I was counting the number of participants and number of programming hours, but I felt like we weren't really capturing the experiences of the students participating. So we started a youth evaluation team. And for me, that was a real aha moment to seeing evaluation in action and the potential for critical reflection and confidence building and program improvement. So based on that, I decided to go back to graduate school and become a program evaluator. And I studied human ecology, which brings together a very interdisciplinary systems thinking lens to understanding human well-being on the individual, community, and society level. Before that, I completed the BA and MA in cultural anthropology in Germany. So I bring a strong foundation in qualitative research. I'm very comfortable with ethnographic approaches like thematic analysis, survey design, interviews, and focus groups. And during my PhD, I was also able to expand my mixed method skills. I've collaborated with a variety of nonprofits on evaluation projects, especially in education, informal education, and family support services. I love co-developing logic models, theories of change, and synthesizing data into stories. I enjoy all forms of writing, and through living and working abroad, I'm also fluent in English, German, Spanish, and Portuguese. I recently moved to North Carolina, and now I'm looking to build my professional network here and start a practice as an independent evaluator. I'd love to start collaborating with more experienced evaluators, and working with me, you can be sure that I'll be motivated, creative, reliable, open to feedback, and to deliver high quality work on time. I'll post my contact in the chat, and I'm excited to connect. Thank you.
And it looks like, thanks, Vivian. Emma's up next. And as you guys can see, if anybody's following along on the presenter order, I'm looking at that on my other screen over here. We officially got to the point where it would be after 1 hour, but it's actually approximately 14 minutes past the hour. That being said, if there's anybody who had told us originally that they weren't going to speak or weren't sure they wanted to speak, there will be time before the end of this hour. I feel fairly confident in saying that we will have some extra time. So if anybody chooses to want to speak, let us know. I just got a note from Emily that her screen froze on her end. She's having some internet lag, so we might. I started recording as well, so we may be merging files together. This is always a technical challenge. You just never know what's going to happen. You have the timer tell you need to go behind the paywall and everything like that. But anyway, so thanks a lot, Vivian. We're up to Emma. Are you ready to go, Emma?
I am ready. Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you great. Anytime you're ready.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I'm Emma Hohen-Waugh, founder of Hohen Public Health Consulting based in Atlanta. I welcomed a baby girl over the summer, and so am open to supporting others as a subcontractor as I come back from maternity leave. I am not Native myself, but much of my consulting work has been with tribal communities. I've worked on a range of evaluation and grant writing projects for tribal governments and indigenous nonprofits. A couple of recent project examples that I wanted to highlight included working with a tribal food bank in Virginia to plan and gather input for an expansion to their community garden, as well as this second project, conducting a mixed methods needs assessment with a cohort of tribal grantees in California who are working to advance local control of their food systems. I also do work outside of tribal communities, and I'm very interested in projects with small organizations as they work to build their evaluation capacity. This includes organizations in my interest areas of nutrition and physical activities, as well as behavioral and mental health. A recent project example there includes working with a nonprofit in Alabama who trains faith leaders to support congregants struggling with mental health or behavioral health issues. And I worked with them to develop a logic model, and I'm currently supporting them through their first ever evaluation of that program. It's been so great hearing from others today. I'm definitely going to be reaching out to some folks, and thank you so much for putting this group together.
Thank you so much, Emma. My good friend Jess is up next. Can you hear us, Jess?
Yes. I'm just going to share my screen. Just give me 1 second.
Fantastic.
I
Jess
am
is one of
working on
our contractors here at Goshen, and we work together. And I was her evaluator once upon a day, so we have a long history. Whenever you're ready, Jess, go right ahead.
All right. Hi, everyone. Can you see my slide?
We sure can.
Great. So my name is Jessica Krim, but Jess for short. I'm representing JSK Consulting, which is newly launched as of January 2026. I'm really excited to hear all of your presentations so far. It's great to know that there's so many connections out there. As far as myself, I'm interested in subcontracting with evaluation firms on existing projects, collaborating with other subcontractors, and forming professional support communities with other subcontractors as well. There's another area, but I'll get to that in just a second. My expertise is in the STEM education and higher education field. Like Rachel, I'm a recovering academic. I've worked in STEM ed and STEM teacher preparation since 1995. My evaluation work that I've done that's related to this has all been federally funded. These evaluation projects were routed or subcontracted through Goshen Consulting over the past 3 years. And then this last area, I'm really wanting to branch out into the academic adjacent or non-academic fields. So this could look like technical assistance to larger companies or serving in an advisory role or as a panel member. And for this, I'm interested in any form of subcontracting, large or small, just to gain experience. I have a lot of transferable skills from my academic career that will be well suited for this environment. I can be contacted at this email. I'll also put my LinkedIn link in the chat. Matt, thanks so much for holding this session and space for us to connect.
Thanks, Jess. And one quick thing to know about Jess is something that she's done recently. She's created a community of NSF, NOICE program people and program evaluators. And so if you're at all interested in NSF NOICE, learning more about it, you should reach out to Jess because she'll involve you with her monthly meetings and you can learn a lot more about what people are doing. It's a way that people are connecting in many ways, like the IC topic chats around NOICE related activities and noises has a lot to do with STEM teacher education for secondary teachers. A lot of pre-service teachers get scholarships, although there's a lot of different types of NOICE programs. Maria's up next.
Thank you, Matt. Let me share my screen. And Jess, I thought I was new to this space, but we could probably talk about the hardship of being a recovering academic and moving into independent consulting. So I have a similar background. I worked at a university for about 8 years and started consulting on my own this past summer, so summer 2025. And my firm is building. I have 2 active contracts, yay, and several more in the works. So I can't promise anything until I have a signed contract, as you guys know, but they are coming. And so my name's Maria McClam. I am the director and principal of McClam Consulting. I do public health, applied research, and evaluation, and have about 8 years of core program evaluation methodological experience. I've worked on over 33 projects, which has given me a very wide breadth of experience. It's really been across all sectors of public health. I have both quantitative and qualitative research methods. I really love doing qualitative work and engaging communities in really innovative ways. And I've worked with a variety of partners, community nonprofits, foundations, government, academic teams. So Really, all of my projects look different. I have most of my work is program evaluation. I also do some research support work. I have formal training in environmental health science, and around 80% of my work has been in the reproductive maternal child health space. I'm also on a project that's substance use related and have done some nutrition related projects. So I'm looking for subcontracting work as I expand my business. And in the future, hopefully we can partner, and I'll be also looking for subcontractors. I'll put my email and website in the chat. Oh, I should also say I'm based in Charleston, South Carolina.
Thanks for that, Maria. I think we're going to have to do a panel on recovering academics. We did that about 4 years ago. It's hard for me to say that. I can't believe it could have been 4 years ago, but we did that. Jessie Metcalfe left. She did that session with a couple other people about 4 years ago, but I think we might need to renew that session. All right, so it looks like Rose Matskin is going to be speaking for Kurt Mearns, or for both of them together. So tell me whenever you're ready, Rose.
I think I'm good to go. Unmuted. Got my slide up if folks can see it. Yes. Okay. Yes, thank you. I'm ready to start, and I am speaking for Pivot Evaluation. Kurt had to join another meeting, so I jumped in. Pivot Evaluation is a small company located in beautiful New Mexico. We do both local and national projects, largely in public health, local government, education, and community organizing. Kurt, the founder of Pivot Evaluation since 9 years ago, is an absolute data wizard. He's been doing data analysis for 30 years. Anything that you need analyzed, he can do it. He does value-added and multiple regression models, ARIMA predictive modeling, and complex formulas, using descriptive and predictive statistics to include operational definitions, causal pathways, and outputs and outcomes that create really high efficacy models for our clients. As for myself, I've been with Pivot for the last 6 years, and my background is in an MPH. I love doing work that is at the intersection of public health as well as positive and organizational psychology. My favorite thing is having the chance to apply really cool ideas to actionable models that explain and answer real problems for our clients. I love sorting stuff. So if there's an issue where a client has a bunch of different performance indicators, outcomes, outputs, objectives, I love finding the through line through all that, and I love communicating. So if there's something that seems hard to explain, that's where I love to jump in. Our team is rounded out by Heather on the left here, who joins us from running her own business in community assessment and impact work, and Tamara, who's an administrator who has helped our capacity exponentially through her support on all our projects. So together, we're a really tight-knit transdisciplinary team, and we're absolutely excited to connect with all of you and be available for subcontracting opportunities. With 10 seconds to spare. And thank you so much.
Good job, Rose. I will be in New Mexico next month just for
excellent.
My own personal retreat to do hiking and different things. But I'm not sure if I'm going to make it all the way to Albuquerque. We'll have to see. I'd love to do that. So I might just show up at your office one of these days and go, "What's Matt doing here?"
Absolutely. And it is the most beautiful place to hike. So have a great trip.
All right. Thanks a lot, Rose. Looks like we've got Kathleen up next. No, yeah, Kathleen's up next. That's correct.
Yes. Hello, I'm Kathleen Hlavaty, and I am attempting to become a recovering academic. I'm currently the Director of Evaluation for a Department of War funded project, and I've been in this position for about 4 years now. I got my PhD in 2018 from Auburn University in Human Development and Family Science. So I'm looking to expand out of the federal and academic space to start taking on client projects. I've worked kind of as a good campus community member with our Student Veteran Association and our Employee Veteran Association to help them with some data management and evaluation tasks, and then of course with other colleagues across campus. But I'm looking to expand beyond that. So I definitely have expertise in the military service organization and veteran service organization area. The good news about being a contractor with Department of War is that I am unflappable when it comes to clients. It's noon and you need some data reported to go to Congress at 4 p.m. That's an easy Tuesday. So thank you so much. I'm very interested in kind of any opportunity that comes my way right now, just so I can get some client work under my belt. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Kathleen. And we probably have more in common. We should probably catch up because of the work that I do with students and military connected communities. So I'll make a point to reach out to you.
Yes.
Particularly since I have 35 seconds that you gave back to me, so we can chit chat about that. Anyway, with that, I probably don't need to go too off on my own. Paul Smith, I saw you put a note in the private chat to me. Yes, we'll find time for you for sure. It looks like our next person up is Terra. We have you there, Terra. Oh, there we go.
Yes, I lost my audio button. Instead of showing you my capability statement, I'll put that in the chat. I wanted to show you what Snowcrete looks like. 18 days after the snowstorm in Baltimore. This is my afternoon walk. So we are persisting in Baltimore with the Snowcrete. I started my practice 2 years ago after spending 22 years in higher education as an institutional effectiveness professional. Prior to that, I worked in research capacities in public policy, health communications, and a very brief stint in market research for fintech clients. My main strengths technically are survey research and statistics, and translating complex information and data into forms that multiple stakeholder audiences can understand. When I started my practice, I wanted to serve both higher ed clients as well as nonprofits. To date, all of my clients have been higher ed, and that's okay. But I would love to collaborate with someone who is working with nonprofits or community-based organizations who need some support from a subcontractor so that I can get more exposure to that sector of clients. It should be obvious, but I want to say it so that it is absolutely obvious. Not interested in poaching clients, just interested in having some experience in there to know whether that is a sector that I do want to work with and want to build my practice towards. One of the areas where I have been building my practice is in the evaluation of grant-funded initiatives, and I will leave it at that.
Thank you, Sarah. And I wish you well with your snow creep. I know Baltimore, for some of us, feels pretty far north, but it is south and they're not used to that level of snow. At least when I lived in Washington, D.C. and my father lived in Baltimore, I understand the frustration with the snow. Okay, it looks like we've got William up next. Are you ready to go, William?
Yes, I believe so. Let me see if I can share this thing.
I see it.
Okay.
Take it away.
All right. So my name is William Pate. My background, I started in experimental psychology. I moved into industrial organizational psychology, and that led to me doing survey work at the American Psychological Association. So a very linear path. About 15 years ago, I co-founded Ad Hoc Analytics with my wife and business partner. So what are we good at? We're good at research design, applied stats. Some things that I haven't heard yet, but I'm sure a lot of you can do, is we focus on assumptions testing, power analysis, non-parametric stats, hierarchical linear modeling, propensity score analysis, and comparative interrupted time series. So our subject matter expertise, we've done a lot of work in STEM education, workforce diversity, foster care, adoption, outcomes and training, incremental credentials, and systems thinking. Our work's been funded by Department of Education, NIH, NSF, Maryland State Department of Education, Annie E. Casey Foundation, Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, and the Southern Poverty Law Center. We can be your quantitative evaluation partner. So we're interested in subcontracting, partnering, and being the quantitative lead on a project that you or we decide on moving forward with. And that's my spiel.
Well, thank you for that. I think that it's an awesome service that you provide to people who you go to that next level of quantitative analysis that a lot of us don't understand. So that's a needed service.
Thank you.
You bet. Let's see, we've got up next Breanne. Oh, my friend Breanne. So how are you, Breanne? Are you able to share your screen?
Yes, can everyone see my screen?
I sure can. Thank you so much. Breanne is also one of our contractors here at Goshen, and she's a good friend, and we love to have lunch with her on Wednesdays. But that's as an aside. I'm going to let her do her piece whenever she's ready.
Yes, it's good to see you, Matt. So hi, everyone. My name is Breanne Burton, and I, along with my business partner, Heidi Mashing, recently started our own consulting practice, Heartland Consulting, LLC. And so a little bit about us. We both have our masters in sociology, each with our own concentrations. I'm currently working towards my PhD in sociology, and I specialize in LGBT populations, mental health, disability, rural studies, intimate partner violence, and education. And between the two of us, we have about 6 years of evaluation experience, and we've worked with various grant partners, including mental health organizations, nonprofits, and local universities. Our experience primarily comes from being employees for Goshen Consulting before they shifted to the subcontractor model, and where we were able to work on NSF grants, and we still are able to work on the grants that we do now. And so they're listed here: NSF, Department of Education, SAMHSA, et cetera. And we specialize in both qualitative and quantitative data analysis, and we utilize Excel dashboards, Airtable, and infographics for data viz. And what we're looking for, we're really looking for contracting opportunities. So if you or someone you know is in need of a program evaluator for quantitative and qualitative data analysis or for data viz services, we are definitely here to help. And let's connect. So our emails are listed there. And if you scan the QR code, it'll lead to our website. But really contracting with our clients, our partners, and of course with Goshen is always the best part of the job. So we would love to connect in any way or just to chat. So thank you.
And if anybody needs a reference for Breanne or for Jess, who spoke earlier, feel free. I'm a big proponent of both.
Thank you, Matt.
You bet. Okay, so we have up next Namrata Patel. Are you ready to go?
I am. Let me share my screen. Hello, everyone. My name is Namrata Patel. I have my own consulting company called Research for Social Impact. I'm based out of Southern California, but I work with clients across the country, as many of you do. So in terms of what I do mostly program evaluations that are funded either through federal grants, nonprofit organizations, or philanthropic foundations. I also help programs do co-design, and I also do professional development in a variety of content areas, especially related to evaluation. All of my work is focused in the education space. I have worked from early childhood all the way to post-secondary education, but most of my work is in higher ed. So my clients that are universities and colleges that have federally funded projects, those funds usually come from NSF, Department of Education. I've done some DODEA funded projects in the past. A lot of this is related to STEM work. The other projects that I work on that are funded through nonprofits and foundations, for example, they focus mostly on student success, basic needs, the whole family, entrepreneurship, but all of those are also related to education and especially higher ed. So overall, I'd say my background is in education, research, and evaluation. I've been doing this work since 2008, but I left my last company and started my own evaluation company almost 5 years ago. So I am also about to hit my 5-year anniversary in April. On the side, part-time, I also adjunct at a community college. I love the community college space, so I teach research methods there, but my full-time work is working on my company. I have hired subcontractors in the past. I've also partnered with a lot of other organizations in the past to jointly apply for projects, but at this point for today, I am looking to partner either as a partner or a subcontractor. You can see my contact information there. I will also be at the AERA conference and AA conference this year, so if you want to meet up, I'd love to do that. And I will stop there.
Thank you so much. I believe we've got Theresa up next. And she's sharing her screen, so I know she found us. Fantastic. Theresa, are you off mute?
I'm sorry about that. I'm not a presenter. It's not my preference, so I apologize for not being completely ready. My name is Theresa Bruckerhoff, and I'm the principal and only evaluator at a small evaluation company in northeastern Connecticut, CRE. My husband started it in 1995 when he was a recovering academic, and I took over in 2008. So I've been doing this work since then. I'm almost entirely do external evaluations of grant-funded projects, primarily in education, as that's my background, in training at all levels and with all content areas. I try to serve my clients by being very actively involved with their projects and serving as a critical friend from the beginning of the process when the proposal's being written all the way through till the end. I collaborate pretty closely with the project team as well as grant writers and research firms if I need expertise that I don't have. I really focus on making sure that my clients realize the goals and objectives of their projects. I try to attend conferences and webinars so that I'm fully aware of what funders are looking for so that I can serve as an information resource for clients that I work with. I don't write articles or do presentations myself, but I do also support in all the project dissemination activities. And I really appreciated this opportunity. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Theresa. We have Katie Winters up next. You're ready to go, Katie?
Yeah, nice to be here with everybody. I'm also going to go low tech and just talk a little bit. Katie Winters, my pronouns are she, her. I'm headquartered or living here in Portland, Oregon, in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. I have been consulting on and off for 23 years now. I've worked within 3 different sort of boutique consulting firms. And then just last May, hung my own shingle. So the name of my business is Artichoke Evaluation. My tagline is peeling back the layers to get to the heart of the matter. And I kind of landed on that just because, I like projects that are iterative. I like projects that are developmental. I like projects that aren't necessarily super clear on the front end. And just kind of moving through that iteration in a much more like relationship-based way. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I just can't help myself. So that's who I am as a person. I'm very much a generalist. I've worked across all of the big human serving systems, whether it's health, public health, behavioral health, public education, early childhood, post-secondary, blah, 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 blah. I would say at this point, my work is sort of in 2 buckets. In the sort of early 2010s, I got tuned into systems-oriented evaluation, and that's been an interest and passion of mine. And so I've been leaning more into kind of human natural system interactions, mostly in sustainable agriculture, but also some environmental sustainability focused work. Had the pleasure of working with the Nature Conservancy recently. My other bucket is leaning very intentionally and consistently into culturally responsive and equitable evaluation. So if you're doing work in either of those spaces, I would love to partner, collaborate as a sub or a lead. By the skin of my teeth, I finished.
You did fantastic. Thank you so much, Katie. And I appreciate your time today. And I hope everything's great up there in the Portland area. I'm a big fan of that area of the country. I think we've
getting a bad rap these days, but it's pretty nice here.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure what it is, but I like that area quite a bit. We've got Tina up next. Are you ready to go, Tina?
Hi, Matt. Yes, I am. Thank you. Let me just get this going here. One quick second. And thank you for the chance to do this. Something happy instead of the last presentation, which was a bit of a bummer. You know, it is what it is. Okay, we'll get it going here. Okay, so my name's Tina Faulkner, and I am brand new to evaluation consulting. I threw my information up here. I just formed a little LLC, and I'm sharing my contact information here, my LinkedIn and my email. My expertise is in project management and monitoring and evaluation in international development, and specifically, I worked in child labor, forced labor, and human trafficking internationally for a number of years. And so that enabled me to gain some expertise in a variety of children's related issues and economic strengthening issues, including things like school dropout and vocational training. I have skills I speak Spanish, in a lot of involvement in program design, as well as in sort of traditional kind of performance monitoring of projects, development of indicators and targets, as well as evaluation management and research management, both qualitative and quantitative. And sort of despite, or maybe while I've been trained in kind of some traditional approaches, like I'm thinking I don't know how many results frameworks I have made and remade and thrown away over the years. I really value approaches that are more practical and results oriented. And evaluation and monitoring approaches that really focus on participation and building of relationships. I think that I worked for the federal government. The past year was a little challenging, but now we have a good way forward. And so I'm looking to partner, and I think I've used up all my time. Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you, Tina. We appreciate people deciding to take on surveys and sharing that information back with us through these IC topic chats. So thank you for your presentation recently, and you're welcome to come back and do it anytime you'd like. And that invitation goes out to everybody. We're filled up through May right now. I think I just saw today, but we certainly have spots for anybody who's interested in doing a session, the IC topic chats, as Tina did just recently. Paul, how is the snow in Baltimore for you? Because you're in the Baltimore area, right?
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it is Ice City. It's like in Star Wars, the Hoth planet. That's kind of the way it is.
You and Terra can commiserate with one another. Whenever you're ready, if you have a slide, you can put it up. You don't need to do that. That's obviously You can just talk from the hip. Go ahead and go.
Slide. So just hi everyone, my name is Paul Smith. Just so happy to be here. It's just a great group. I can't believe it's taken me this long. I've been independent consultant for nearly 17 years, and it's I've had a few iterations of it. And as you probably well know, you remake your business and your organization at times. And so this is absolutely perfect timing because what I'm looking to do is launch an initiative that helps mission-driven nonprofits tell their story and generate additional revenue without hiring additional staff. So that is my what I'm 100% leaning into, and my experience has told me that organizations are often doing such good work and they're way too busy to measure it. And so I'm offering the opportunity to do capacity building through evidence-based narrative, just as many of you have shared, sharing organizational strengths using impact documentation, and then increasing funding, hopefully putting organizations in a position to increase their funding. And by the same token, make reporting painless. So I'm just a little background. I've heard a lot of recovering academics. I'm a proud recovering high school social studies teacher. So bringing that to the table, and I'm in quite a bit of experience in youth development and re-engagement. And so spent 50, as I mentioned, I'm going on over 15 years of consulting, and then the prior 15 years I was involved as either a teacher or doing high school reform work up the Northeast corridor. So I've evaluated projects that have become codified in state law, managed projects involving highly sensitive data with Baltimore City Public Schools and the District of Columbia Public Schools, and typically serve as a trusted advisor to executive directors. So I'm in Baltimore and look forward to connecting with everyone. Put my contact info in the chat. Thanks for listening.
Well, thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
I see a couple people in the room who have not talked, like MJ, and I know you have in the past. And I'm calling you out because I know you might have been interested. But if anybody's interested, this is your time to do it. Otherwise, we can sit and talk about how the Cardinals are remaking their baseball team. I mean, Paul and I will sit and do that for the rest of the hour if we want. No, I'm just joking with you, Paul, because he's really an Orioles fan these days. Paul and I go way back to when I first started my independent consulting practice. I was working with a educational organization that hired Paul through a grant of the U.S. Department of Education, and that's how we got to know each other. And so we've been colleagues ever since.
So I will share if you want me to.
Oh, absolutely. Please go right ahead, MJ. I know you were the one who reached out and said you've gotten opportunities out of these sessions
and that's
each year.
what I can
So
share.
I'm happy to involve you.
Thank you. I wasn't going to do this because I had a bunch of things going on today. I didn't have time to prepare, so this is not my usual mode.
Well, just talk. Just
very briefly. I'm MJ
Go ahead.
Pattison. I'm in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and we got snow, and nobody in Cape Cod knows how to deal with snow because usually we don't get it. We get the rain, so everybody's digging out. I'm a company of one. There's a book by that title, and it describes what I don't plan to get any bigger. I mostly am looking for subcontracting work, and I bring a lot of experience in a variety of places. I was a Presbyterian minister for several years, 20 years before I am still active in church work, but I became a program evaluator at the New York State Department of Health in 2007 and worked with program evaluation on nutrition and physical activity projects. And since retiring, I have started a very small practice, and my mission is to support people that are starting out and to do the stuff that takes a lot of time and is really hard to do because you just don't have time, and to make you look good. That I really enjoy working with the new generation of contractors. And I've done a number of small projects for 2 or 3 people from this group, and they're terrific. And I love, the opportunity to work with the new style of running companies. I'm of another generation. So I bring a lot of experience, a lot of enthusiasm for evaluation, and a sense that this is a really good field and a really necessary field, and I want us to do it well. So if you need extra help with almost any sort of analysis, focus groups, survey development, that kind of thing, I can do that, and I would be happy to do it, and really enjoy this group as a place to just share. And I think that's all I really have to say. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you, MJ. And I put in a link to A Company of One by Paul Jarvis, and I have it, but I'm in a little bitty corner of the screen, so you can probably not see it, but I was just putting that book up for everybody. So anybody else who has not had a chance to talk, who would like to? Looking quickly, let's see. Melissa's here. Did you want to share anything about your practice, Melissa? You don't have to. You're here. We've got a couple minutes. Well, that's okay. I don't even know what we're doing next week. I'm so lost with everything. We have, I think I have a list somewhere. I'm so misplaced with all the screens and the new working of the computer. So anyway, we are here every Thursday, and a lot of times we do allow people to give a little bit of background on who they are, but this is our fuller version of it all. But it sounds like this is a pretty good time to come to an end with the recording. So if you want to stop, oh, Emma's got her hand up. Sorry, Emma, go right ahead.
No problem. I don't know. We can do this after the recording. I wanted to make an announcement about the Masterminds program.
Oh, please do. And you can feel free to do it on the recording. And I know you also have other things that you probably want to talk about with regards to the TIG and also your mommy presentation that you're going to do soon, which I think you're back-to-back weeks with the IC Topic Chats coming up, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go into everything today, but I did want to give everyone a quick heads up about the next round of the Masterminds program, which the ICTIG sponsors. The registration starts on Monday. So please look out for that information and link. We'll be posting on the discussion boards, on the ICTIG LinkedIn page, and getting the word out in groups like this. The registration will only be open for about 3 weeks. And every year we hear from people that they're like, oh man, I wish I'd heard about this. I would have loved to have done that. So registering for the Masterminds program, we will match you with a group of like-minded evaluation consultants, and you meet together as a group for 6 to 9 months to just work together, share knowledge, provide peer co-learning and coaching to each other on whatever it is that you are working on in your business. So it's a really cool program. I've done it, I think 3 years in a row now, and it's a great opportunity to connect with people you might not otherwise know in your network, and learn from each other in mentoree co-learning capacity. So please feel free to reach out to me if you have questions about it, but please also look for the announcement coming out next week and get on top of that registration link.
And if anybody's been part of this, and I was part of several cohorts of this, it's very helpful to just talk and connect with your peers that way. So I'm a big proponent. Okay, well, I think this is a good time for us to stop recording and close the session out. I'm going to stop. And so everybody who's out there in YouTube land, we'll see you guys later.